Hey, good morning. Welcome to Coffee Talk. This is Simone with Seven Figure CEO. And as always, during these coffee talks, we're going to talk about what those things are that really help us push our business forward, scale to 5, 6, 7 figures, and what the things are that you really have to do to set your business up right from the beginning so that you can scale later and not have to reinvent the wheel over and over. So people ask me all the time, what's the thing that I have to do that? What's the one thing? How can I stay true to my message when I do that? Which is kind of another really big deal, because a lot of times, you see what's important and what is effective in growing and scaling your business, but it may not be what actually helps you be true to who you are and what your message is. So those two you always have to kind of keep in mind, what are the powerful strategies to grow your business, and then also how do you keep your message in alignment with who you are. So we've talked about this before. There are many things that you can do, and the really important thing to always keep in mind is, like, where are you getting in your own way? Where are you stopping yourself? Where are you playing small? Where are you not showing up to the table? Because if you want to do big things, they don't happen by accident. So you have to be very, very intentional about that. So what's the one thing to get to 6 and 7 figures? Today I want to talk a little bit about one of the most important things in your business, that you know why you are in business, the big why. So this is kind of the North Star. This is the thing that guides you, that keeps you in alignment and on track with what you're doing all the time. And this is kind of like your deepest beliefs, your desires, your core values, and you have to figure those out when you start your business. And again, I want to make that distinction that, a lot of us are doing okay, but then we get stuck in this one place, and it's because we don't really have a business, we have a service. So this is making this distinction over and over again. What is it actually that you need to do to build a business? So getting very clear on this mindset piece, the big why, is really important right from the beginning. And even if you're already in like mid 6 figures and you're getting stuck, you might want to go back and examine this one. So this is really thinking about, why are you doing what you're doing? Who are you helping? Who are you serving? What is that contributing to you on a very personal level? But then you have to take it broader, right? So you look at it from this 30,000 foot view, and you're looking at, like, why am I doing this thing? And then also you bring it in closer. How is it affecting, my family, my community, my direct environment, the people around me? What's really important about me doing this stuff? So it's like you're connecting to your life purpose in a really, really powerful way. And it will keep you on track, and it will keep you motivated when the going gets tough. Because the simple truth is, when you're an entrepreneur, you're kind of on a roller coaster ride, and you can think it's scary and terrifying and you never want to do it again, or you can throw your hands up and ride the ride and have a great time, and sometimes you feel like you're going to fly out of your seat, but that's the ride. Being an entrepreneur is that ride. So it gets really rough sometimes, and you have to have a purpose. You have to have a decision for why you're doing what you're doing, so you can stay with it, you can stick with it, right? So that connection to your life purpose. And you also, when you're inspired about what you're doing, when you love what you do, it has a ripple effect. It inspires others. So you have to keep thinking that. It's like, if you are an expression of your business, and your business is an expression of you. So if you're not super connected to your purpose, if you're not really aligned in congruence with it, that will bleed through. Your clients will know. Your marketing will know. It won't land. So this is a really important piece. So you want to be in alignment with your message also, that you can build loyal clients. Because what happens, you want to become that thought leader that people are following, because you've got some interesting stuff to say and some interesting new directions. But when you connect with people, you're connecting on a soul level as well. So I know this sounds kind of woo-woo, but you have to think about this. Just think of yourself. When you're connecting with somebody, it's because something matches in you. So when your purpose and your message is matching, that's what actually lands with your clients. And for all of you who are watching, just think about it this moment. What's this thing that you have to absolutely bring forward to the world for you to feel like you're doing it right? You're landing, you're connecting with your clients. So keep thinking about this, because that is going to be, as woo-woo as this sounds, that actually is a super practical, strategical thing, because that is the core message in your marketing. And marketing is everything. And if that core message isn't in alignment and doesn't match, your marketing isn't going to land. So that's the mindset piece around the big why. So think about it as your leading star, as this thing that's guiding you to your purpose, that's keeping you connected. And then, so in the next round, it's our strategy round, you have to think about the message, right? So when you're in alignment, your message lands with your clients, and it's like you want to have the right message so you attract the right clients. For those of us who've been in business for a while, you know what it's like when you get clients into your tribe who are just, yeah, they're paying you money, yeah, they're making it easier on your checking account, but you're dreading to get on the phone with them. You know that there's always a problem. You know that it feels like this push and pull, and it's a difficult client. And they, not only do they usually not pay you as well, but they also oftentimes take up a tremendous amount of time and energy and bandwidth. So you want to make sure that your big why is matched up with your message, so you can attract that right client who's really super fun to work with, and you can also help that client generally make really big results happen, which is really good for your business. So when you think about having that big why dialed in, it has so many functions. It helps you get clients, and it also helps you keep clients, because you are a good match with the client, you get along, you love each other, you can contribute to each other in many different ways. So it helps you keep your clients on board too. So the other thing that is really important is when you do this right and you're matching your big why with your client's big why, it's also an incredibly empowering sales tool, and something that will help you convert your leads in a much, much bigger way. There's a great book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. I highly recommend it. And he talks a lot about this. When you can match your purpose with your client's purpose, then your sales conversation is not about, it's not nearly as yucky. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. It's not nearly as yucky as a lot of sales conversations could be. When you think about the old strategy of the used cars sales lot, what isn't happening there is you don't have alignment. You don't have alignment in the message. You're not connecting, and it feels gross. You want to take a shower. So when you have your sales conversation and you are in alignment with your big why and your client's big why, it's this awesome moment where you're just really having a conversation. And it's not about convincing somebody. It's not about manipulating somebody. It's just really knowing your intention behind your call. It's you're getting to the truth. You're finding out how you can help them, and then you're serving them. So it's a much, much different intention that feels really different for your client than if you were trying to pressure them or talk them into it, or feeling like you're pulling out all the stops to make them do something, right? So this is, again, matching up your big why with your client's big why. So, and this also perpetuates in the long run, because this is with your clients, but then what happens when you actually start scaling and you have a team, right? And if you do it right, like I'm teaching my clients, you're hiring for culture fit. So again, the culture fit right there is that your big why matches with your team members' big why. So everybody you're hiring, you know what the purpose is, you know what the mission is, you know what the core values are, you know what you're going for, the big vision in the company in the long run, and you're all agreeing with this. So you get to do your best, they get to do their best, and you're on the same page all the time. So that helps you hire a team that's highly effective, that has your back, that always knows where you're going with this and why you're doing this. And so there's a lot of longevity, there's a lot of growth. And again, that's one of the most important things when you're taking your business to a new level. So This is in terms of, heart and soul based sales. That's like having the big why dialed in. That's a huge, huge piece. So I want you to think about this in the next week and do a little exercise. So sit down and think about what success means to you and come up with at least 6 markers for that. And then take those 6 success markers and come up with 4 elements that describe each of those. So if one of your success markers, for instance, is, okay, I'm going to take the easy one, making a lot of money. So what does that mean to you? Does that mean you're going to just buy a new house? You're going to contribute to charity? You're going to change your health? You're going to, have your mom move in with you? Whatever it is, what are you going to do with it? What are the elements that describe this, right? So there's a great quote by Viktor Frankl that says, if you know why, you can bear the how. So keep thinking about that. When you get out of alignment with what you're doing, you're out of alignment with your why, then the going gets really tough. If you're having a hard day, you might want to sit down and really think about, where am I not in alignment with my why? So that's a great exercise to do every morning in your Dawn Patrol. I hope you guys have one. And it also, in the long run, when you have all these pieces lined up, the next thing that happens is you have a lot more clients who stick with you. So it's this, your client transaction really changes. You go from having one-time clients to clients who come back because they're your raving fans. They love you. They agree with you, what you're doing. They agree with your thinking. They're matching with this. So it's building a transformational business versus a transactional. And that's, again, a really big piece with your big why. So once you know your big why, you can ask yourself a lot of questions. You can ask yourself, what do I need to change in my business right now? What do I need to let go? Come up with a mantra that supports your big why throughout the day when you're having a hard time with that. So this is just the beginning. There's a lot of stuff to think about. Go through that exercise that I gave you guys, and I'm really curious what you come up with. So post, let me know how this goes for you. And just observe the difference. Observe what happens when you practice this over a couple of weeks, when you keep connecting with why you're in business and what's important to you, and having the really big picture, the 10,000 foot view with this, or 30,000 foot view, and you'll get what I'm talking about. And you'll really see the difference in your client interactions, in your people interactions in general. You can practice this all across the board with your husband, with your kids, with your mother-in-law. This is a really, really powerful piece. So if you want to hear more, go to our great Facebook group, The Art of Scaling to 7 Figures, and join the thread, join the conversations. We have some really good stuff going on. And then if you want even more than that, you can go to 7figureceo.com/apply, and you can apply for a strategy session with me. Great seeing you guys out there. Hey, Bryn, and I will see you next week.